Hey, what's going on? My name is Damian Martinez, and I'm a digital marketer. I run a couple online businesses called Entreprenew and Local Results in Advance, and a few other ones too that you'll probably see out there. If you search for either my name or some of the companies that I'm running. But I wanted to record this video to share my backstory and really help anyone who's looking to become an entrepreneur and want to make money for their own selves, and also really start creating wealth. And I'm actually located here in Sunnyside, Florida, West Palm Beach area, and I'm going to record this video. I'm going to walk around for a bit because it's just really gorgeous outside. And so here's a little bit about my backstory. Back in 2008, I was a youth pastor. So I was a youth pastor for about 8 years, and with that, had a great time, impacted a lot of kids, teenagers who are now adults, young adults, having amazing families. And so I've always loved helping people. So if you're watching this video and you enjoy helping people, then you can relate with me. So you understand the joy that comes and the satisfaction that comes from like helping people. And it's a beautiful thing. But when I really started finding out is that, it's great to help people, but what happens when like I can't help myself, especially financially? And when I was starting off, I was only making like 20 to 23 grand a year. And at that time, money didn't matter to me because I really knew the impact I was making. Until about 7 years later, I have a little debt and I'm not making any ends meet. I could work 80 hours a week and I'm still gonna get paid the same amount. And then I started traveling and, doing some awesome things there. But I started realizing the power of really not being able to not fend for myself the way I need to and provide for myself. And the power behind that is knowing that I was capped out, I was limited. And so it started taking me through this this inward conflict and external conflict of, the external was I didn't have any money. And my life was showing for that. And the internal conflict though is that as a man, I wasn't able to really be all who I wanted to be. I was facing that inner conflict as a young adult. And I was like, man, how come all my other friends, they have houses and cars and everything, and I'm over here when's Avengers coming out? I love Avengers though. And so when I started seeing that, I knew that I needed to go find something. I've always been a hustler. I'm from New York, and so my family's from there and Dominican, and so you put all those two things together and you get somebody crazy like me. But I love making money. I love flipping something. I love helping people. So I started having to connect the dots and my passions, my desires, but what I need to get done for my own life. And so I started realizing that, okay, cool. If I'm gonna do digital marketing, because I love the internet, I've always believed in it. I mean, I was selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I was 15 years old on eBay, working at McDonald's, hustling Yu-Gi-Oh cards from McDonald's on eBay, and it was great. Definitely paid for my prom. But on another note, I was kind of fed up. So if you've ever been fed up, you can kind of relate with me on this video. And so I started going through this journey. I started looking at things online. I started seeing, how can I help people and still make a killing without feeling like I'm robbing people, right? Because you don't want to just provide something that doesn't give no value. That's basically being like a charlatan or, smoke and mirrors. I didn't want to be that. And so what I started doing, I started researching obviously how to make money online and different things. And I came across my mentor, which I'll talk about in future videos, but I started seeing how I could create something that will help local business owners, because local businesses are the backbone of America. Local businesses, they need our local support. They need new customers. They need new clients. They need to get the brand out there. And so when that's happening, when I see that there's a market for that, and my mentor started showing me that, hey, you can do this. And he's trained like over 3,000 students to do this and counting. But when I started seeing that, I mean, it's like the scales kind of like came off, because I can work either from home, or as my agency has grown into an office, I can help local business owners. If I'm helping them get an extra $10,000 a month, and I get $2,000 from that $10,000 because I brought in that extra revenue, they're happy, because they're banking. They're getting a five times returns for every dollar they're investing with me. I'm making $2,000 off of one customer, and it's a win-win situation. And so when I saw that opportunity, I was like, I'm all about that. And ever since, I've been doing this since I remember I was traveling back to some of my struggle. It was July 2015 when I moved back home. I was 29 years old, about to turn 30. Went back living at home with my mom. I love my mom. She's, moms are great because they just support you in the highs and lows of life. But it felt humiliating. She didn't say that. She's super cool. But I was just like, man, I really need to do something more with my life. And so when I started researching this, and I started seeing how I can help local businesses, and I could take a piece of the pie ethically, morally, and everything like that, I was like, I'm game, I'm all in. And so, I didn't have too much in savings, but I dumped several $1,000s into a coaching program. Huge risk for me at the time, because I was just getting by buying stuff on Alibaba, flipping it on eBay and Craigslist. And I mean, remember those hoverboards? I was selling those hoverboards, made like tens of thousands of dollars doing that. But still, only lasted for a few months until the battery started blowing up. So not my hoverboards. They were great, fantastic. But as I started, as I got involved with this opportunity, and when I say opportunity, I'm not in an MLM or anything. No, I own a digital agency, and we run social media ads for Facebook, Instagram. We do SEO, build websites, build apps, Google My Business. That's one of the biggest things right now, because that's where a lot of local businesses are able to get more leads, and running sales funnels, running different types of funnels. You don't know what a funnel is. I'll explain those in later videos. But I wanted to share my backstory, because my external conflict in all this was, I really needed to make money. My internal conflict was, how can I do it ethically and morally, and how can I make bank? And as a youth pastor, only making $22,000 a year, and now, making at times $25,000 a month. My largest month up to date of recording this video was $33,000 in a month. That's what the average salary is for a lot of people, whether you're a teacher or whatever, in the United States. And so when that was going on, and I started hitting those big months in 2018, I was like, let's go, and it's an awesome thing, because I started seeing that I could see what my mentor was telling me, that it was not just about the money, it was about what money can bring. It was bringing me time freedom. It was bringing me to enjoy life like this. Like, I'm in beautiful West Palm Beach. You can see, I feel like I'm in Disney World, just living the dream. And partly because I put my dreams to action, and I started taking action. And I want to encourage you, if you're watching this video, I know it's about 9 minutes in right now. We're going to cut it off in a couple minutes, but I wanted you to see my backstory, know that I came from a background helping people, and it was great, but I wasn't able to help myself, and that put me in a really bad predicament until I started realizing that I could start making my own money, that I could help people ethically, morally, and in the process of all that, I could still not just make money, not just get rich, but create wealth, long-lasting wealth, and then digital properties that become assets that help me bring in money month after month, even when I stop doing the work, because they're just like apartment properties or rentals. They're like digital rentals that I own, that I built up, that I rent them out, and that local businesses need those leads. So it's a beautiful thing. And when you know how to do that in several different places, whether you just do it only through something called SEO, or you do it only through Facebook ads, or you do it only through whatever the vehicle is, there's several vehicles. And so now this is July 2015 when I got into entrepreneurship. April 2016 is when I got the coaching program. This video is being recorded right now, February 2019, almost 3 years later. And I just not have one vehicle. I have, you know, almost a dozen different vehicles that's able to help me generate revenue. But in return, I'm able to help a lot of local business owners, you know, not just only nationwide, all around the globe, UK, Australia, Southeast Asia, South America, it doesn't matter. So when you have a global opportunity that doesn't require you to have to join an MLM or do any of those things, and you're able to help people, it feels real good. And so that's my backstory. That's a little bit about me. You know, my goal this year for the agency is to hit over $1 million in revenue this year. I believe I'm gonna hit that. But more than just the money, it's the person I've become, knowing that you could drop me off in any place in the world and I'll make sure that I could take care of me and my family, because that's what's important, making sure that I can not only generate revenue, but do it in like a ethically and moral way, and have fun while doing it. I mean, I'm in Palm Beach and be going to California here a couple weeks. I was in Miami, going to Tennessee, you know, last year, just traveling outside the US and going to Mexico a couple times. Or just, you know, got plans to go to Asia and back to Brazil and other places. Just because I can travel anywhere because everything's, you know, run off the laptop. So with that being said, Damian Martinez with Local Results in Advance. You can see the links below in the video of, you know, what I do and what me and my agency does. And looking forward to helping anyone. If you're still watching this video, there's a couple links below that's gonna give you some awesome free training and how to do this on your own. If you're willing to take the next step in getting coached and also starting something where you can make revenue and you can kill your job and start making 2 to 3 grand in the next 30 days or less, you know, hit me up. There's some training, free training at the bottom. And if you want to schedule a call, you can do that too. So Damian Martinez, out.